and treat it like as if it was an object, and say, right, well, if I call the add next method on this class, call the add property on the value in here, but it's a number. So a number isn't, it can't handle method calls. It's just a scalar. But with the number trait, it knows that if I call the add method on it to increment it. So if you want to provide things like arrays and hashes, but you don't want to support the full array or hash API indefinitely on your class, this is quite a good way to kind of lock it down to just the core stuff that you need. This can be useful because you can swap out the implementation a lot easier if you can have stronger guarantees on the way that particular property is used. So if the only thing you're allowed to do from the calling class is to add a number to this property, then that might make some later changes that you make easier. Declarations that you tend to write can end up being quite a few lines of code, but I think that you often get a lot of value per line of code. Like each one is documenting and enforcing some kind of sanity constraint that you want to code with. So sometimes the code can get longer, but particular snippets of code can get longer when you turn them into a declaration like this. But overall, in practice, it's a win because once you've only got declarations left, it's very easy to test everything and what have you. And yeah, it's just kind of tidy if you like to character programming. Another useful module is a MooseX singleton, like if you need a global. You can just add that use MooseX singleton, and then you make sure that every time new is called, you always get the same object back. There's another one which I showed this one called metric key. That does a kind of similar thing, except where you can have multiple objects. The idea is that a particular set of properties, such as an ID or something like that, defines uniqueness for that type of object. So if you create one with those properties and you've already got one in memory, it'll return it. And again, this is stackable properties that you can add to your classes to make them behave in the way you like. So and then MooseX to understand that just delivers types. So that's what's MooseX. So with I've used this style of peppering loose attributes with extra information to do XML serialization. For this particular program, I was talking about so it's an XML translator. So all I've done is I've made two sets of classes. One set of classes that describe one XML protocol, and one set of classes which define the other one. Using Prang, I just say, right, well, this moose property or attribute is serialized in this way. So, in the XML specification, there might be a really short, kind of crazy name for, someone just typed in to make it short, or whoever was working on the spec that day decided to do it that way. And so, this is an example of using an attribute trait that defines an extra property. XML node name, if you try and pass that on a regular attribute, it's going to blow up. So, that's ways I can put the information there and do other things with those, do normal things with those attributes as well. There's nothing crazy, there's nothing unusual about this attribute other than with it I can serialize to XML and back. And using this image to make an implementation of quite a the EPP protocol. It uses a lot of a language defined by the W3C called XML XML schema, which it's one of those designed by committee things, and it just lets you do an awful lot. And in EPP they use a lot of those features. I'm quite happy that I've managed to get something which can parse all the RFC examples to loose objects and back. For instance, again, I'm done with a particular structure that this is one of the RFC examples that's been converted to build, so reasonably traversable object structure there, and the actual XML is not that much different, except that all the property names and the class names have been made more consistent on the Perl side. So the idea is that the Perl side, the objects that you get are more friendly to use, and then you don't have to worry too much about the XML serialization. So there are some other really interesting, well, I think really interesting things happening in the MooseX namespace. Some other languages have had for a long time the idea of generics or parametric types, and there are some modules in the MooseX namespace which are working on those. And what these are, they're the roles that make more roles. So one of the best examples of that is there's a module which will give you things like a varchar type, and you can say varchar 16. So that is a type parameter to the varchar type that enforces some limits. So it's the advantage of that is that you've got a constraint there which is easily introspectable. Normally, if you say, right, give me a string where its length is less than 16, you're not going to be able to pull that information about less than 16 out of that closure easily. So that's one interesting use of it. The other use of it is for things like high order types. Here's an example that we've got we're saying, right, inside this array ref, there are only that type of object. And that constraint is enforced when you set that, or in this case when it's constructed. So that's useful for caching errors. This maybe is an interesting high order type because it says, right, it can be this type or it can be undiff. And so these things are useful for making all of your assumptions really explicit, because without maybe you can't put undiff in there. And that's useful to know when you're using the class. So they're both parametric roles is the more general one. They're sort of type parameter, can be anything like length. With a higher order type, the assumption is that the type parameter is in itself another type. So that's your set, your sets of whatever, or your hashes of whatever. So those are interesting areas in which the MooseX namespace is extending. So yeah, I guess it's something I've been finding it very very nice. A lot of my order scribes of info, in particular, the way that the method calls, function calls, you always have to shift everything off the stack. One being my longest standing gripes, and the lack of decent typing has also been one of my other biggest problems. I love all of the idioms that Perl gives me, but it would just be better if I could do strong typing, and I can build strong types as my program gets more and more advanced, and I can. And if I don't have to waste time writing my variable name shift and that sort of stuff, because for me that's like I'm writing code that's not giving me anything, it's not giving me any type safety. And so it's really nice that there's lots of MooseX modules which are solving problems like this. Solving problems like this for me. So yeah, so that's really all the MooseX modules are. I've got to talk about. So it's so is there any I guess if anyone's got any questions, or maybe if they think that there's a MooseX module that I missed that other people might be interested in.
I was going to say that one of the most powerful features of using Kanban MooseX is that if you have a reference type, there are vectors, for example, array actually, the type of the contents are only checked at construction time, always at the wall attribute. If you push something into it, it's not checked. It's not tied, it cannot do it. If you delegate to a method provided by that module, you get type safety on every operation.
Right, yes, that's.
Those are redundant.
Yeah, so this one's we can run. Yeah, okay, well, so it's basically, it knows about that is an array graph. And the line length of members in that type. That's pretty cool.
The only one that, or one that I pretty much recommend for anyone is strict constructor. If not used
Strict
before.
constructor, man. That one, why isn't that default? That's what
Indeed.
Like, you do this new call, and you've got these extra arguments that you didn't.
Typo in one of the names.
Typo in one of the names, and it's just like, la la la, okay. I'll just throw that away. That's what you want, isn't it? Yeah, so, yeah, MooseX strict constructor, use it on all your modules, and then you catch errors in construction, which will see. MooseX type slash become part of this. Well, see, I'm only really, not really part of the core team as such, and I think it should be, but, I have heard people who are actually, committers on this, and not just free writers like myself. Talk about their desire to move it core as well. And yeah, I'd say that one's probably a good candidate for it. Well, yeah, thank you for your time, and we'll finish it.